Some relatives seem to bring nothing but stress, guilt, or unnecessary trouble into your life. Have you ever left a family gathering feeling more exhausted than before you arrived? As you get older, protecting your health and peace of mind becomes more important than ever. The truth is, not all family relationships are healthy. Some can quietly drain your energy, disrupt your life, and even take a toll on your mental and physical well-being. So today, we're uncovering 6 types of relatives you might want to distance yourself from after 60. And trust me, number 5 will leave you speechless. Number 1. The drama queen relative. We all have that one relative, the drama queen. The one who seems to be at the center of every storm, turning even the smallest issues into major crises. Whether it's an argument that escalates for no reason or an insignificant event that becomes a full-blown catastrophe, they thrive on chaos. Life for them is never calm. It's a constant roller coaster of exaggerated emotions and turmoil. At first, you may have tried to be understanding. Maybe you listened patiently, offering advice, hoping they would eventually find peace. But have you ever noticed that their problems never seem to get resolved? Instead, new dramas keep appearing, one after another, like an endless cycle. The truth is, drama isn't just something that happens to them. It's something they create, often without even realizing it. And unfortunately, if you allow it, they will drag you right into it. But as you get older, this kind of energy can be exhausting, and it can have a lasting impact on your health. Emotional turmoil can be more harmful than we realize, especially as the years go by. Studies have shown that constant stress, like the kind that comes from being involved in family drama, can significantly affect your health. It can lead to high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and even sleep problems. And let's be honest, at this stage in life, do you really need that? Imagine running on empty all the time. When you're constantly pulled into someone else's emotional chaos, your mind and body never truly have a chance to recharge. The toll it takes isn't immediate, but over time, it can lead to chronic fatigue, mood swings, and even a sense of emotional burnout. And all of this for what? Just to keep up with someone else's never-ending conflicts? So, what's the solution here? The key is recognizing the situation early. You don't have to get involved every time they call with a new drama. Setting clear boundaries is essential. You can be there for them, but that doesn't mean you have to take part in their emotional whirlwind. If their problems never seem to end, it's okay to step back and protect your well-being. Your peace of mind is worth more than any argument, and as you age, the priority should be on relaxation and calm, not being dragged into endless conflict. Number 2. The money leech relative. There's always that one family member who seems to have a never-ending financial crisis. No matter how much time passes, they always need money. Whether it's for an unexpected emergency, overdue bills, or yet another bad investment. And somehow, they always turn to you. At first, you may have felt obligated to help. After all, family is family, right? Maybe you thought they were just going through a rough patch, and a little support would get them back on their feet. But then it happened again. And again. The requests never stopped. And worse, they didn't even seem to appreciate it. Instead, they expected it. The worst part, they often use guilt as a weapon. They'll remind you of all the things they've done for you in the past, or make you feel heartless if you say no. They might say things like, "I thought family was supposed to help each other," or "If you really cared, you'd understand my situation." And before you know it, you're handing over your hard-earned money. Not because you want to, but because you feel pressured. But as you get older, this becomes more than just an inconvenience. It becomes a threat to your financial security. Unlike them, you're no longer working, and every dollar you've saved is meant to support your future, not someone else's reckless spending. If you keep giving in, you risk damaging not just your finances, but also your peace of mind. So what's the solution? Set firm boundaries. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you responsible. The next time they ask for money, try responding with something simple yet firm, like, "I'm sorry, but I can't help financially. I have to be careful with my own savings. I can't give money, but I can help you find other resources." By setting limits, you protect your financial well-being and send a clear message that your generosity is not an unlimited resource. You've worked hard for your security, and you deserve to enjoy it. without being someone else's personal bank. Number 3. The always right relative. We all know this type of relative. The one who always thinks they know best about everything. From how you should take care of your health to how you should manage your finances, they always have an opinion. And not just any opinion, the right opinion. If you try to share a different perspective, they quickly dismiss it, making you feel like your experiences and choices don't matter. At first, you might have let it slide. After all, they're family, and maybe they mean well. But over time, their constant corrections and unsolicited advice become exhausting. It's not just that they think they know better. It's that they refuse to acknowledge that you have the wisdom of a lifetime behind your own decisions. Instead of respecting your choices, they make you question yourself. But here's the real danger. Being around someone like this can slowly chip away at your confidence. The more they insist that they're right and you're wrong, the more you may start second-guessing yourself, and that can be especially harmful as you get older. This stage of life should be about embracing your own wisdom, not feeling like you need to defend it at every family gathering. So what can you do? The key is to stand firm in your own beliefs. You don't have to argue with them, but you also don't have to accept everything they say as the absolute truth. When they try to push their opinions onto you, respond calmly but confidently. Say something like, "I appreciate your advice, but I'm comfortable with my decision. That may work for you, but I have my own way of doing things. I respect your opinion, but I see things differently." By setting these boundaries, you take back control of your own choices. You've spent a lifetime making decisions, learning from experiences, and shaping your own values. You don't need anyone to dictate how you should live your life now. At this age, peace of mind is far more valuable than winning an argument. Number 4. The guilt trip relative. This is the family member who always knows exactly how to push your emotional buttons. They don't ask for things directly. Instead, they manipulate you into saying yes by making you feel guilty. They'll remind you of everything they've done for you in the past, make you feel like you're letting them down, or act deeply disappointed if you don't give in to their demands. You might hear things like, "After all I've done for you, this is how you treat me," or "I guess I just don't matter to you anymore." These words are designed to make you feel like you owe them something, like you're a bad person if you say no. And for years, you might have fallen for it. Maybe you sacrificed your time, your energy, or even your own needs just to avoid feeling guilty. But as you get older, this kind of emotional manipulation becomes even more damaging. The more you give in, the more they take. Before you know it, you're agreeing to things that leave you feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, and even resentful. Instead of spending your time enjoying life, you're stuck in a cycle of trying to please someone who will never truly be satisfied. So how do you break free? The answer is learning to say no without guilt. That doesn't mean you have to be rude or dismissive, but you do need to be firm. The next time they try to guilt trip you, respond with calm confidence. "I understand how you feel, but I can't do that right now. I love you, but I have to take care of myself too. I won't be able to help this time, but I hope you understand." By setting these boundaries, you take back control of your own happiness. You are not responsible for carrying someone else's emotional burdens. At this stage in life, you deserve relationships that bring you joy, not ones that leave you feeling drained. Number 5. The toxic caretaker relative. At first, they seem like the perfect caregiver, always offering to help, making decisions for you, and insisting they have your best interests at heart. They tell you they're just looking out for you, that they only want what's best. But over time, you start to notice something unsettling. The more they help, the less control you have over your own life. It starts small. Maybe they take over a few tasks, manage an appointment for you, or insist on handling your finances. But then, little by little, they begin making choices for you instead of with you. They might say things like, "You don't need to worry about that anymore. I've got it covered." Or, "It's too complicated for you. Just let me handle it." Their care comes with an invisible price, your independence. And here's the real danger. Over time, you may start believing them. You begin questioning whether you can still manage things on your own. Before you know it, You're relying on them for things you are still perfectly capable of doing yourself. It's not just about control, it's about eroding your confidence, making you feel like you need them, even when you don't. Losing independence isn't just a physical issue, it affects your emotional well-being too. Studies have shown that when older adults feel like they've lost control over their lives, they experience higher levels of anxiety, depression, and even cognitive decline. The more decisions that are taken away from you, the more powerless you feel. So how do you protect yourself? The first step is recognizing what's happening. If someone is making decisions without asking you, dismissing your opinions, or insisting you can't do things on your own, it's time to push back. You have every right to. Maintain control over your life. If you need help, seek support from professionals who will respect your choices, not manipulate them. Your independence is valuable. You've spent a lifetime making decisions, building experiences, and shaping your own path. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Number 6, the perfect image relative. They have the perfect life, the perfect family, the perfect career, the perfect home. At least, that's what they want everyone to believe. Every conversation with them feels like a highlight reel. Endless stories about their achievements, their success, and how effortlessly they seem to have it all together. Their social media is filled with flawless photos, always smiling, always thriving. At first, it might not seem like a big deal. Maybe you even admire their confidence. But over time, something starts to happen. You begin comparing yourself. You start wondering if you've done enough, if your life measures up, if somehow you've fallen short. They don't have to say it out loud, but their constant display of perfection can make you feel like you're missing something. And here's the truth. No one's life is perfect. Behind the carefully curated image, they have struggles, just like everyone else. But instead of showing vulnerability, they mask it with success, making sure the world only sees what they want it to see. And that's where the real danger lies. The more you surround yourself with someone like this, the easier it is to fall into the trap of self-doubt. Instead of embracing your own journey, you start feeling like you need to prove something. You might even catch yourself feeling inadequate, even though you've lived a life full of experiences, lessons, and meaningful moments that no social media post could ever capture. So what's the solution? Let go of the comparison. Their life is theirs. Yours is yours. You don't need to measure your happiness or success by someone else's filtered reality. Instead of focusing on what they project, focus on what truly fulfills you. Your worth is not defined by perfection. It's defined by the moments that bring you joy, the relationships that nourish you, and the life you've built on your own terms. You don't need to fit into someone else's mold, because your story, with all its ups and downs, is already more than enough. As you get older, protecting your health, happiness, and peace of mind should be your top priority. You've spent years caring for others, but now it's time to set boundaries and take care of yourself. Because the truth is, no one has the right to drain your energy or take away your sense of peace. Not even family. Not every relationship is worth holding on to. Some bring warmth and joy, while others leave you feeling exhausted and emotionally depleted. And just because someone is family doesn't mean you owe them endless patience, financial support, or emotional labor. If a relationship constantly makes you feel guilty, overwhelmed, or disrespected, it's okay to walk away. You are not responsible for carrying the weight of others at the expense of your own well-being. So, ask yourself, do you want to spend your later years caught in someone else's drama? Or do you want to live life on your own terms, surrounded by people who truly care? You've earned the right to choose peace. And at this stage of life, peace is priceless. Have you ever had to distance yourself from a toxic family member? What was your experience like? You deserve to be surrounded by people who respect and value you. Nothing less. Let me know in the comments, or if you agree. Simply type number 9.